The best cities to live in. Item 1 says work in groups and give your opinion. Rating E for excellent, good for, G for good, A for average, P or horrible. The best cities to live in. We have now to give our opinion about the public transport, traffic congestion, pollution, etc. of our own city, the city we live in. Yes. So this is quite private. If you think it's excellent, you say you write E. If you think it's good, you write G, and so on. Average would be like standard, average. Poor, I don't like this. Choice of restaurant, healthcare, cuidado de la salud. Yeah. Remember in number 9, leisure. In leisure facilities sería como lugares para el esparcimiento, el ocio, leisure. Okay, so this is quite private. You might be thinking of one or two of these items. If it's important for you, pollution, well, if it's important for you, crime, some people feel insecurity in the city and in big cities in general. This is a big problem. And well, in fact, we are going now to listen to some audio material, 11.4 it says here, and it speaks about crime. That when we rate cities, rate means like to assess, to evaluate where we place these cities in general, considering public transport, pollution, crime, traffic congestion, healthcare, etc. In general, when we rate the cities, sometimes there are one or two items that may affect the rating. Yes, so such as crime, and we are going to listen to this material now. So you have a chart of a list of cities, and you have to tick, yes, what you're listening, yeah, about the best quality of life overall. Best restaurants, cultural and leisure facilities, etc. I'm going to pronounce one by one the names of these cities so you memorize. I have checked one or two just in case. For example, Varsovia, I didn't have it in my head, so I learned it. In Montevideo, just I thought it was like this, and it was. Because normally we have different pronunciations in English for Latin American countries and cities, yes. So, here we go. I'm going to pronounce the names of the cities, and what you have to do when you listen to this extract of a radio program conversation about life in cities in general, considering the culture, the pollution, etc., the health, well, you have to tick, yeah. We're going to check it anyway later on, so it's just for fun. Okay, the names of cities. Budapest is the first one. Buenos Aires, Copenhagen, Geneva, London, Los Angeles, or Los Angeles. Well, this one, I checked. Montevideo, AO. Oh, difficult. A-E-O-U. So it's like four vowels together. Montevideo. New York. Paris. Prague. Sydney. Tokyo. Vancouver. Vienna. This one I checked. Warsaw. Washington, D.C. Yokohama. I thought it was Yokohama, and Zurich. Like many places or many names, proper names that finish with CH, they are pronounced with a K, as in architect. Yes, Zurich, Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach. What else? There was another city with CH. Munich. Yeah, Munich. Fine. Well, we are going to listen now to the audio material about life in general in the cities and the rating that some specialists do about them.
Good evening and welcome to Working Week. In an earlier programme in this series, Marcus reported on the best companies to work for. In this programme, he's going to tell us about the results of the latest survey on the best cities to live in. Marcus, which cities are the winners in this survey?
Well, first I should explain that the survey looks at a lot of different categories to decide which cities offer the best quality of life. These include areas like public transport, traffic problems, pollution and crime. It also includes the political and economic situation, schools and education, and healthcare, and the things we enjoy, restaurants, cultural facilities like theatres, cinemas and music, and sports and leisure facilities.
How many cities does the survey cover?
Altogether, 215 cities in all 5 continents.
Quite a lot. So, based on all those factors, which cities come top of the list?
For overall best quality of life, there are 2 cities at the top, Vancouver and Zurich, followed by Vienna. Then 3 other cities are very close to Vienna. They're Copenhagen, Geneva and Sydney.
So, of the top 6 cities in the list, 4 are in Europe.
Right.
What about cities like Paris and London?
Paris and London are both lower down the list. Paris comes 33rd and London 40th.
Oh.
In the same survey a year ago, they were both higher. I think the main reason they've gone down is because crime has increased in both cities. If a city does well in most categories but badly in 1 or 2 areas, that puts it further down the list. The USA, for example, has 12 cities in the top 50. They do well in many areas, political and economic situation, healthcare, sport and leisure facilities and so on. But they have more crime, so they come lower down.
Which other cities do well in the best quality of life category?
Well, in Central Europe, Prague, Budapest and Warsaw are at the top for best quality of life. They were also at the top last year. In Latin America, Buenos Aires and Montevideo are the winners. And in Asia, Tokyo comes first, followed by Yokohama.
Which cities offer the best choice of restaurants and cultural and leisure facilities?
Not surprisingly, this is where Paris and London do well. In fact, they come right at the top here, together with Sydney and 3 cities in the USA, New York, Los Angeles and Washington, D.C.
Right, well, thank you for that, Marcus. And let's hope not all our listeners are going to get on the next plane to Vancouver or Zurich. Now it's time to move on to our roundup of this week's business stories from around the world.
So, that's all from me today. I hope to see you very soon and that you have a nice week. Goodbye.